नमस्कार प्यारे साथियों, मैं उदित चौधरी स्वागत करता हूं आप सभी का एग्रीकल्चर एंड जीके ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म पे। तो टुडे वी हैव अनदर सक्सेस स्टोरी ऑफ स्वप्निल दास। स्वप्निल जी आप आज हमारे साथ हैं और आज हम इनसे जानेंगे इनकी प्लान, इनकी स्ट्रेटजी और किस तरह से इन्होंने जो एग्ज़ाम है उसको क्रैक किया। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वेरी वेरी कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन टू स्वप्निल जी फ्रॉम द एंटायर टीम ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर एंड जीके फॉर योर सक्सेस।
Thank you, sir. It's really a pleasure to share success story with all of you here in this platform on agriculture and GK. First of all, I should extend gratitude towards agriculture and GK because it has really helped me in the preparation for the assistant director of agriculture, which I am now serving currently for 5 months. So Abhi, let me introduce myself somehow. I am Swapnanil Das. I am from West Bengal. I completed my graduation from Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, which is a state university, and I completed my masters in genetics and plant breeding from Benares Hindu University, UP. And from there, actually, I served FCI as technical assistant for 2 more years, and then obviously I am now currently serving as assistant director of agriculture for 5 months now.
तो सबसे पहले मैं यही जानना चाहूँगा कि आपकी किस तरह से आपका जो इंटरेस्ट है वो इसमें आया, इस जॉब के लिए आपको सबसे ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ क्या लगी जो आपने इस जॉब को चुना ओवर एफसीआई?
Right, that's a very pertinent question. um, See, FCI has a different framework of work management. In here, West Bengal state government, there is a different setup. Work profile is different. I think I prefer more administrative position than the FCI. Obviously, FCI is a central government job. It has different advantages, but state government job and being an administrative officer here in the Department of Agriculture, you know, gives you a chance to serve a lot more people directly than the Food Corporation of India. Obviously, FCI has a huge role to play in terms of food security, but here you can directly connect with the farmers, the grassroots level farmers. You can directly help them in the farming. I mean, the farming community can be benefited extremely from the grassroots level. And obviously it is a higher post than the post I was holding there. Obviously, these are main things.
तो सबसे पहले आपने कब से सीरियसली इसको प्रिपेयर करना स्टार्ट किया? क्या आपकी स्ट्रेटजी थी इस एग्ज़ाम को लेकर, उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताइए।
Obviously, first of all, I was preparing for the FCI because FCI exam came around 2022, right? Or the at the very beginning of 2023. So I was preparing just right after my completion of MSc. I was completely into job related exams. So quant, reasoning, English, I was practicing vigorously. And alongside that, I know that I have some strength about agriculture because I really worked well in my graduation and even my post graduation. So I knew that the agriculture, the technical portion is more or less sorted for me. So I had to dig in deep about quant, reasoning, and English. That I prepared after MSc. Honestly speaking, before MSc, I never practiced quant, reasoning, English because I was thinking about going into research, and I qualified for CSIR Net Life Sciences with AIR 31. So at that time, I had no idea of this job related exam. How does it, how should I prepare for that? I have no idea about it. After the completion of my masters, I thought, ki, job. I think you have to do job. Even after research, you have to do job, and that's the reason. That's the time I changed my mind, and I completely devoted myself into preparing for quant reasoning English. From there, I obviously kind of mastered quant reasoning English somewhat. I that's when I obviously prepared all of this and cracked FCI and other two bank related exams, and chose FCI over that. And this exam particularly, I was, even when I was doing my job in FCI, I was getting some time there, because obviously, when you are doing I mean, when you are working for an organization, you hardly get chance to prepare yourself. But whatever chance I was getting, I was kind of preparing, mentally preparing, and also I was revising those previously taught things. And then obviously this technical part I sorted. I also focused on personality building, because if you want to get successful, it's not about just technical knowledge you get. Along with it, the the personality you have to build, because ultimately, obviously, there are importance of technical things, but you yourself has to upgrade yourself. Your personality must be heightened, and that's the reason I prepared both technical things and personality building during during that period of FCI. And then I completed everything, cracked, and this is how it went well for me.
ओके, तो जो आपका पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन था, जैसे आपने बताया जेनेटिक्स और प्लांट ब्रीडिंग में आपने पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन की, तो इस कोर्स ने किस तरह से आपको हेल्प किया जो आपने एग्ज़ाम दिया है उसकी प्रिपरेशन में? क्या इसका अहम रोल था? उन सब के बारे में
Yeah.
बताइए।
Yes, actually, agriculture and GK, I think our interview date was announced 15 to 20 days before the first date of interview. Matlab, you got 15 days to prepare for the interview. That time, agriculture and GK came to my rescue, because at that time I was having huge work pressure in FCI, honestly, and I was not getting enough time to prepare myself at that time. Then agriculture and GK launched a course for this post ADA. They launched a course, I remember, and they in a very brief points they covered most of the important topics, as well as they gave good notes about West Bengal agricultural scenario. That helped me a lot in terms of preparation, right off for the interview. So that during that time of interview preparation, agriculture GK had played a huge role in providing a very crispy notes for a very specific interview purpose only, because there can be a huge number of, I mean, umpteenth notes, ample notes for the same, but crispy and to the point notes were available from agriculture GK, and that's the reason I thank you again for that thing.
So, what kind of questions have been asked in your interview? वो ज़्यादातर आपके पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड थे या फिर आपकी जब जॉब कर रहे थे उस जॉब प्रोफाइल से रिलेटेड थे?
To me, the questions were asked mostly about agricultural scenario in West Bengal, not from the job, but obviously I've heard people who are from FCI, they were asked about their jobs, but I was not asked about my job. I was asked rather about agricultural scenario, and how you, if you are selected as in this post, how would you try to rectify the problematic scenarios in West Bengal. This kind of mind tickling questions were asked. A lot of technical things at the grassroots level, they asked technical questions were asked. For example, the region from where I came from, which is Bardhaman district of West Bengal, it is famous for Govindbhog rice, which is the aromatic rice of our district. So they asked a lot of questions about that particular variety of rice. How is it so popular? What are the important characteristics of that rice? How you can popularize it even more? So all these kind of mind tickling questions were asked. Then there you have to apply your common sense, your you know your technical knowledge a bit there in the interview. So I tackled those questions.
तो
Yeah.
सभी क्वेश्चन के आंसर आप दे पाए थे या फिर कुछ ऐसे भी क्वेश्चन थे जिसमें आप थोड़े फंसे बीच में?
Obviously, you cannot, answer 100% questions, to be honest. I think 3 to 4 questions, because there are, like, they asked me, I think, 20 to 30 questions. 3 to 4 questions, I was completely blank, to be very honest, because it was data related questions, which I did not have idea about. So I simply said, "Sir, sorry, I do not know that. I should check it further." So they obviously understood those things. So to me, I think, to me, or I mean to every other aspirants who are preparing, I should tell them, it is about your personality, how you behave yourself, how you carry yourself into the interview. That matters more than than answering all every questions, because it is impossible for anyone to answer every possible questions, because there are questions which you may not answer. Yes, your luck is very good, then you may answer 100 to 100 questions, but it may or may not be possible. But in that scenario, your whatever you answer, it should be answered with confidence, it should be answered with so much passion, so much knowledge. So then only the interviewer will understand you, will gauge your performance, technical understanding. So all these things really matters.
तो जैसे कि आपने बताया आपने इस एग्ज़ाम की तैयारी की, इससे पहले आप एफसीआई में काम करते थे, उसके अलावा भी आपने कोई और एग्ज़ाम जिसमें अपीयर किया हो?
I appeared for the AFO. That is agriculture field officer. I appeared and qualified for food safety officer. That is also a government West Bengal level government job in that period.
What you consider your major strength that help you in achieving your goal?
Major strength, I think, two things I think must be told here. One, obviously, the confidence that you carry in an interview. That is very important, because again, I am focusing on the interview more, because these exams are really important, because you get screened out at the last level, that is the interview stage. So you do all your hard work in your pre and mains, then you get kind of kicked out of the interview. So it is very important to carry confidence, which I think I had that time more. So one, that. And second is that my technical knowledge that time was very, very good, particularly theoretical knowledge, I should say. So those were my strengths.
तो जब आपको आपके रिजल्ट के बारे में पता चला, कैसा रिएक्शन था आपका, आपकी फैमिली का इस रिजल्ट को लेके?
Means I do not have huge hope on this exam, honestly. Okay, I thought ki I may or may not be selected, as everyone believes. And then I think I was in a group, WhatsApp group, and at that time I think I was doing my job. I mean, FCI, I was doing this. I was sampling analysis thing in FCI. Suddenly, a message came up in that group. I I saw that the list came. At that time, I was extremely nervous whether I would be on the list or not. Then I opened it with that much, fear in my heart, and I scrolled down. I did not put my name or the roll number, because then and only I will get to know whether my name is on the list or not. That's the reason I scroll down to see. Let's slow burn the matter. Then I saw my name on that, and it was really, really joyful moment for me. Delighted extremely. I called immediately to my parents. They were over the moon. They really, really, were delighted about the news. Then all this phone came after that to congratulate me. That day was really, really memorable for me.
तो व्हाट इज़ योर वर्क प्रोफाइल? अभी आपको किस तरह के काम यहाँ पर करने पड़ते हैं? क्या इस जॉब की वर्क प्रोफाइल है, उसके बारे में बताइए हमें थोड़ा।
Currently, I am Assistant Electoral Roll Officer in SIR, first Systemic Intensive Revision of Election Roll. So it is like in election you have different role. Okay. But generally, what are the roles? Obviously all the schemes, all the West Bengal government, whatever the schemes they launch. Just recently, on 15th of February, the West Bengal government has launched a new scheme, which is a scheme for landless agricultural laborer. They will be given 4,000 rupees per year, 2,000 in Kharif and Rabi season installment. So for this scheme, you have to implement it. Means you and your staff, obviously your staff will collect the application, digitize it, and ultimately they will get the benefit. So all these schemes, and there are also many schemes in agriculture department of West Bengal. You have to implement those schemes so that the beneficiaries get benefit on time. First this, then you have to conduct training and meeting, that is the extension profiling. You have to do this extension about different schemes, different information of our department. That is second training meeting. Third is that you are fertilizer inspector, seed inspector, and pesticide inspector of your block. So you have to inspect, you have to even issue license. So there are also those part of it. Then if any untoward thing happens in agriculture technical field, for example a moja, that is a small land part, is getting affected by pest or disease, then you have to inspect it technically. You may bring a lot of technical persons in there. Then you have to sort out the issues so that the farmers grievances do not go to the upper level. Okay, so that means you have to manage all agricultural thing in your block where I am posted. So the block, you have to kind of uplift the socio-economic condition of farmers in the block I am posted in. So all these activities must be done by the ADA and its support staffs.
तो अभी आपकी जो पोस्टिंग है वहाँ पर, क्या आपका मतलब वर्क टाइम रहता है?
Work time is 24/7 as an officer. Okay. But obviously I have to manage myself, my family. But obviously you have to, because the office is yours, you have to manage it. You are the office boss. You should set the precedence. You should lead by example. That's the reason I generally go there before 10, and I complete my work after 6:30 sometimes. So this thing happen.
तो फाइनली आपका क्या सजेशन आप देना चाहेंगे जो भी जूनियर्स या जो भी अपकमिंग एस्पिरेंट्स हैं जो तैयारी करना चाहते हैं सेम एग्ज़ाम के लिए, क्या आपका सजेशन होगा उन सभी के लिए?
सजेशंस यही होगा कि जो लोग प्रिपेयर करना चाह रहे हैं, फर्स्ट दे शुड प्रिपेयर the technical things, that is the agriculture, very well. For that, they should really focus on semester wise learning, because notes cannot give you complete perspective of technical knowledge. You should go deep into that, because exams nowadays are becoming tougher, because they are asking in-depth questions. In fact, before 2023, 22, the time I was giving exam, the questions were not deep enough, right? But right now, whatever I am seeing, the questions are asked very deep. You have to have a very good knowledge over agriculture to be able to answer those questions. So first, you need to really put down, you need to really dig deep into your semester learning, whatever you learned about your 4 years BSc course. That is one part that everyone should look for. That, because notes or these small agricultural note cannot give you the entire thing. You need to go deep down more by your own. That is one part of it. Second, that obviously you get time to prepare your personality, mentality, because somehow in agriculture I have found people who are less confident, who are underconfident. You should not feel like that. Your personality, your confidence should be good enough to tackle any interview. Because I think I have given 3 interviews, and I think 3 of these interviews have gone really well. not because I am selected. I was satisfied with those. ठीक. So I think the better way to handle yourself is to gain confidence, is to instill confidence in yourself. And how you do that? You should have good knowledge in agriculture, and also you should have a good communication skill with people. This is something you need to learn, right? Because if you do not learn it, whatever your knowledge has, if you cannot communicate well, whatever your client is, your teacher, your interviewer, your farmer, then the total objective of actually transferring those things to the next person will not be successful. So for that reason, I think communication building and personal development should be key. Technical knowledge you should prepare. So I think these are very important aspects for the new aspirants or the aspirants who are really starving for success. They should focus on these things very carefully.
ओके, तो एट लास्ट मैं जानना चाहूँगा हाउ एग्रीकल्चर एंड जीके हेल्प्स यू इन अचीविंग योर गोल.
As I was mentioning, agriculture and GK played a real, huge role in during the interview course, because I got less time for the preparation. Agriculture GK catalyzed my preparation. That case. Second, I during my FCI period, I also took help of agricultural GK notes, right, for agricultural purpose. And I found those notes extremely well written, deeply written. So those things were really helpful. And I have seen some of your videos, some of your mentors' videos. Everything which I have seen are really helpful to anyone preparing for agriculture related exam.
थैंक यू सो मच स्वप्निल जी, आपका
Thank you, sir.
वैल्यूबल टाइम देने के लिए. और एक बार फिर से बहुत बहुत कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस हमारी पूरी टीम की तरफ से अपॉन योर सक्सेस.
Thank you, everyone.
थैंक यू सो मच.